Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Jennifer, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted 2.0. And when you hear about a person, you think, I really have to get to know that person. Well, I actually know her, and she is an amazing human being. She is a girl's girl. I met her last year. I cannot wait to share all about our story and how we connected. Her name is Melissa McCarthy, who is a wife and a mom of two with a passion for helping others live a healthier and more vibrant life. After a successful career at a prestigious skincare company, she transitioned into the world of health and wellness with the iconic company Shackley. She is also the co founder of the Clean Life Collective, a wellness community dedicated to educating and empowering people to embrace a healthier lifestyle. Through events and education and connection, the collective fosters accountability and reminds us that the wellness journey is often much more powerful when we share it with like minded people. Whether it's a yoga class or a nutrition workshop or a kids' wellness company, we like to say that the connections lead to meaningful conversations, even when we're drinking healthy smoothies. And they believe that wellness is better done together. And I agree. The Clean Life Collective partnered with Shackley, a trusted wellness company with over 70 years of scientific backing with its nutrition. And they incorporate clean products into everything they do. So let's welcome Melissa as she tells us all about all the wonderful things the Clean Life Collective is doing for our community. Welcome to Unscripted 2.0. I am so excited to have you on.
I am so excited to be here, and what a nice introduction. Oh my god, I feel the feeling is mutual.
Yeah, I mean, I just to give a little just to give a little context of how we met. Our sons are go to school together. They play sports together, and we just were kind of sitting on the sidelines watching our sons and all these other wonderful women, and we just connected. And I'm just so glad that you know we were able to just connect. 'Cause I think we were meant to kind of do some solid work together. So
I do too.
yeah. So, I mean, I can't go on and on about all the things that you do from, your career in advertising with a skincare line that is very prestigious and then going to other things and now going into the world of health and wellness with an amazing brand, Shackley, and then also being the co-founder of the Clean Life Collective. And so I just feel like there's so many things that you have going on as you pivot into just different areas of your life. So I want to talk all about those things. I mean, specifically first, the community of women that you've built. Can you tell us a little bit about the origins of that and why you thought that it was important to just create that community of women?
Yes. So, a year ago, it's been 1 year, I decided to partner with a brand called Shackley, which, I mean, it's an iconic brand. It's been around for almost 70 years. Just like a little tidbit, Dr. Shackley was the creator of the first multivitamin, creator of the first plant-based protein. Yeah, he's like the OG of wellness. And a bunch of my business partners from another company that we were with, we were transitioning over to this brand, and when we came over, since we were heading into health and wellness, a couple of my partners and I got together and we're like, it's such a broad category. And we never wanted to be just the Shackley girls that had products to sell because their portfolio is over 300 products. And it's not like selling skincare how I used to. It's not, you know, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle to eat clean and care about organic and ingredients and all of these things. So we collectively decided that we were going to build community around this wellness brand, and we named it the Clean Life Collective. And rather than just having these events where we showcase the products, we were having events where we brought women, men, whoever together to check out the latest Pilates class or learn about menopause, or we did like these children's wellness workshops, and then it just started, you know, gaining all of this traction where we were seeing that bringing people together to talk about wellness and longevity and making different like cleaner swaps in your house, that was so much more effective than just saying, here's a multivitamin because there's 1,000 other ones on the market. Why should you care? And we have attracted so many people, and the wellness category is just so big that I feel like once we started going down this rabbit hole, we just started uncovering all these different, little avenues that all fell under the wellness umbrella, and it's been really fun.
So a question that I have, because I've been to one of your events. I just recently went, and I have to say, just the array of products is unbelievable. As you and I talk about, both of our sons are now using some of those products just because they are athletes, and and also, I'm using different products. But when I got to this event, and it was a Pilates event, I felt very excited because you're immersed in in an experience where you are doing something healthy physically, and then you're kind of leading into, oh, okay, well, how do I connect all of those things? And it just felt very, very exciting to be a part of that. And it made in some ways, and and I'm a person that loves to take care of themselves, but it made me motivated. It made me excited. And I think that you've like got the secret sauce to this, because I said to myself, she really has this. I mean, this whole journey makes sense, because I think when you put it all together, I think that's what works. You can't have one without the other.
You can't have one without the other, and I think it was because this portfolio was so big that for me, I needed to compartmentalize a little bit, like, I needed to say, "Okay, what am I gonna use? What kind of products are going to be well received in my house?" It's not easy to swap everything out, and then it's like, I couldn't buy all the 300 products, so I was like, "Alright, let me hone in on a couple different things."
Love to, but we can't.
Yeah, I'm like, "I don't have room, I don't have the
I
money."
know.
It's just no. So I started I leaned in a little bit on the beauty because that's easy and that's what I love and but then I was, like, way more interested in the nutrition because I really liked the protein, and then my son, like your son, was using I mean, we were like a Truvani family for forever, but I was always even though there's only 6 ingredients, I always was kind of still getting hungry. It wasn't a meal replacement for me. So when the Shackley Life Shake came in and it's 25 vitamins and minerals, 6 grams of fiber, which as you know, as women, we need fiber, and 20 grams of protein. And now it's like I'm in this world where everybody talks about protein and how are we getting it and I was like, wow, if I swap this out, let me see. So I swapped it out. Dylan swapped it out, my daughter swapped it out, and it started making a really big difference, but the athlete piece, there's a whole performance line, which was really funny because Dylan kept asking me, he wanted to, take creatine and he wanted to do all these things, and I was like, "What if we go down this rabbit hole of the performance line from Shackley?" Because, I mean, they've been around for 70 years. The clinical testing on this, I it's a very reputable company. I don't wanna just buy you something at GNC because your bro told you it was a good idea. Like, I really wanna know where these products are sourced. I care, and you should care too, and he's at such a pivotal moment where, like, it's important to explain to him why this is better than the other thing. So, I went down this rabbit hole in athlete nutrition, and I started researching the Shackley products and come to find out that Olympic athletes for 25 years were using these Shackley products. I'm like, "Oh, well, if they're good enough for an Olympian, they're certainly good enough for my 15-year-old." Then I started looking at the third-party testing, and these performance products are tested by the BCSG, which is Banned Substance Control Group. That's what the NCAA uses, and I was like, "Well, wow, if that's okay for them, I should be considering this for my son, and these are credible sources." So I ended up working with our corporate team and putting together these athlete bundles for recovery and endurance. And then, basketball season, oh my gosh, like everybody was getting sick. And there's 5 guys on the court. That's it. It is, it is tough. And there's one ball and it moves around to all those guys.
100%, and we need all hands on deck, whether it's the 5 on the court or the others that are there, playing the game, and so absolutely, but the endurance and also the piece after, those kids are tired. So the recovery part, I want you to talk a little bit about that too, because they're tired. And so then what are we doing for them post game?
Yeah, so they're tired after, but, like, the immunity part of it because you wait the entire year to play in the season, and then somebody gets sick, and it's over, and then there's, like, 3 guys that are, jonesing to take your spot, so there's this triple defense boost that's all the things, zinc and quercetin and elderberry, and every day he was downing it. Now, if you had told me 2 years ago that he was gonna take an immunity booster every day before school, I'd be like, "There's absolutely no way." But he did not wanna get sick, and he did not wanna be out and miss a game or miss a practice, and
I feel like I didn't order that product, so I need to order that one because I feel the same way. It sucks, and I didn't think about it in that way when, during the season. We just kind of hope for the best in some ways, like let's do all the things, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
no, it was the biggest moment, I don't know if you were there, you probably were there, that one game, I think it was a varsity game we were watching, and one of the kids literally took himself out of the game, threw up on the sideline, and then went back in the game, and I was like, "Oh my."
I wasn't there, but I do see kids that do that. I mean, I've witnessed that before, and I know for my own son, he was playing one game. And as we both know, it is hard to get yourself in those games. And for kids that are working really, really hard to just gain minutes, which
Yes.
after the toward the end of the season, I mean, I was so proud of him. That kid was playing with 101 fever.
That's
Okay.
what we wanna
So
miss.
it's wild how much they wanna play. As we're talking about it, I'm thinking about, like, the mission that you guys are on is just, really to I think awaken people's minds to what health and wellness really is and to do their due diligence with understanding health and wellness and understanding what they're putting in their bodies. And that's what I'm hearing you say. It is not just about, hey, just buy the Shackley brand, but it's about do yourself a favor and just look into what it is that you're taking and then check this out and look into this and see what you think. But I love, I mean, how much knowledge that you have on this because I wouldn't know this unless you're sharing this with me. And I'm so glad that we're having this conversation so other people can hear about it. So these group of women, these community of women, tell me what a typical day is like when you guys are getting ready for an event or things are happening. So what is it like for all of you? Because when I went, there were so many women there. So I don't know. There were women there attending, there were women there supporting, there were women there involved. I mean, it was amazing. So tell me a little bit about like a typical day getting to put together an event.
Um, gosh, well, we've kinda got it down now, we've been doing it for a while, and we know the products that people gravitate towards, so we really I mean, it's all hands on deck, and what's so nice is that everybody that was at that specific event that you went to, the Pilates instructor, she works with us. So, not only is she a Shackley ambassador, she is a Pilates teacher, she teaches Mahjong,
Oh
which
wow.
is a whole 'nother you
That's
gotta
so
come to
funny.
one of
Yes,
those events.
yes. Yeah.
Those are so fun. That's for your, like, your mental health. But so everybody kinda plays a different role, so we all help each other out, and, all the women that came, they were not all my guests. Everybody sort of brought a friend, and the thing is that when you're in a space like that where everybody's actively trying to either be healthier or meet new people or expand their network, everybody comes with a different vibe, and I feel like the vibe is very good because we've set that precedent, and, I'm sure you spoke to other women, if I didn't get a chance to talk to you about the athlete nutrition, somebody else was probably talking about it, and we all just support each other, and that's the best part because, yes, this is my own business, but, I'm part of a team and we all work together.
Yeah. I mean, you said that like when you were, speaking with me, there was always women, like, jumping in and making sure what I noticed was making sure nobody was alone, like, making sure everybody had a connection, and I think that is so important because sometimes going to events just recently as I started, pursuing this podcast journey, I do get invited to events and I do go to things, and One thing that I did feel as I went to your event was I didn't feel uncomfortable where I felt alone. I wanted to go and it felt very much inviting. And I think that's so important for women to understand. Like sometimes we don't want to do things alone and we have to meet new people and connect. But your community of women were so embracing. So that
And
is
they
100%.
and we were so excited. I was so excited to share you with them because I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I appreciate it, and I've always said, you're such a girl's girl, and I really wish more women were like this, and I know that doing this and connecting with women, I mean, I think that that's also what you're doing. You are also teaching women that we have to stick together and we have to, teach each other and build each other up and not tear each other down, and there's so much room in the world for each person to have their own unique successes and just bringing it all together.
Do you think that that comes with our age? Because I mean, we're around the same
Yeah,
age.
for sure.
Do you
I
think
think so. I think so. And I also think it's like, what you've experienced in your past. Like, I don't have sisters. I have brothers. I come from a family of all boys, and so it was hard for me to connect with women when I didn't have sisters. So now I really fully embrace that. And I think that I feel like I'm so much more confident and stronger. And I don't feel as confused 'cause I know I have my go to people if I needed them. So I think the age does bring that as well.
yeah.
100%.
And I feel like I've got like, I do have sisters and I've got, I've got my girls, but I feel like at this stage in my life, I gravitate towards people that are either have like a hustle in them or they're reinventing themselves or they're just in it and they're thriving and they either want to
Yes.
be like more fit or healthier and I love it. It's
So, well, it's so funny that you say that. So Delaney and I, my sister and I, she has also helped me kind of bring this all in together as she's been doing this for a while, just in this digital community. She says the same thing. We talk about this all the time. We want to be with people that are doing the same things. We want to be with people that are like on a grind that have purpose, not just like your career. Like I have a career. We know that I'm in education. I'm a therapist, but that wasn't enough for me. I needed to, infuse something in my life. And that's where the creativity in this came into place. So I love a person that's doing tons of different things, that's interesting, that wants to, share things with me. To me, it's not enough just having, and I say this with all the love. I love, being a sister. I love being a mother. I love being a coworker, but I needed something for me that was only mine. And so I think that's why we really connected because I feel like we are such hustlers in some ways.
yeah.
It's just like I need everybody to meet you too. So I can't wait. So I want to do well, I want to say this. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your own personal relationship with Shackley. So what is give me like a 7-day clean routine that you do throughout your week. So what are some of the things that you use, whether it's for you personally, your family, or even your household products? Like what are some of the things that you brought into your home?
That's a great question. It was gradual. Like, this wasn't like I wasn't, dropping crazy amount of money. I slowly started swapping things out, and I feel like that's a really good tip for anybody that wants to start living a cleaner life. So for me, it started, I swapped out a lot of the beauty products that I was using prior, and that was slow. And then I started with the protein, and that was the biggest difference for me because my whole entire family could use it. And I felt like it's a multivitamin and a meal replacement. And I work out in the morning and I don't like to eat breakfast and I don't like to eat a lot. But if I don't eat breakfast, then I am starving and then I make bad decisions, in the middle of the day and then I get hungrier at night. So changing how I started the day was really, really big. So that Life Shake protein, was major for me. Then I started introducing a collagen. Then we acquired another company that has a liquid collagen. And I was like, well, this is pretty fantastic. So I started doing that. And then I swapped out my laundry detergent and I didn't even think about it. And what I love about Shackley is that while I've only been here for a year, laying fresh eyes on the portfolio, there's consultants that have been there for 40 years, 50 years. So when I met an OG Shackley woman, I said to her, "What are your favorite products?" And she was like, "That's a very loaded question." I was like, "Okay, let me ask you this. What product has made the biggest difference in your house?" And she said, "The laundry detergent." I was like, "Explain that to me." It's literally like $9. And it lasts forever because it's concentrated. It's like a very inexpensive product. I was like, "Why do you say that?" She was like, well, my daughter has asthma and, it's a chemical." And my girlfriend was next to me and she's like, "I just could never do it. I need my clothes to smell clean."
Yes.
The woman said, "What does clean smell like?"
Mm.
She was like, "Well, Tide." And she was like, "Well, what's in the Tide that makes it smell like that?" And it's a fragrance, and fragrance are chemicals, and that is on your body, on your clothes, on your pillows, on towels, everything. And at that moment, I was like, "I gotta change my my laundry detergent." And so that was one of the things that I started changing, and then I just, like, swap, 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 swap.
So I have a question because I feel like, the way you did it was so realistic as you did it gradually. But going back to the protein, because you said that was like really not only for your family, but really for you. I heard you say earlier that there were certain shakes that you would take that were not really, they didn't feel like meal replacements, like you got hungry over time.
Mhm.
So I'm really fascinated by that because I feel the same way. And I'm like, wait a second, you're saying that it sustains your hunger, is what you're saying. So can we talk just a little bit about the science behind that? Like, why does it sustain, hunger, and why are you not hungry? Because I feel like most of us are, like, ravenous sometimes by the time if we're drinking a shake in the morning, are you saying that could hold us up until lunchtime? Or what was the change that, happened for you?
Well, so the shake itself has 20 grams of protein and it's low glycemic. So you're not getting a sugar spike and it's very low in calories. And then I like zhuzh it up. So I'll add almond milk and I'll add like a peanut butter powder. And then I am still adding this collagen, which is another 10 grams of protein. And then I throw a banana in there, some spinach. So after just like the 20-gram base from the Life Shake, and the collagen that gets you to 30, I'm starting my day with 40 grams of protein, and that's, like that keeps me going.
Yes, no, for sure. Wow. So that's good for me to know because I'm like, wait a minute, how are we doing this? Because I did also get that. I also have that shake, and I'm actually going to be starting it this week. And I wanted to be able to figure out what are the best ways to do it because you have those little hacks where you can like add. So my son had it this morning actually, and I always zhuzh it up. I use an almond coconut milk that he
Okay.
absolutely loves, and then I added strawberries and blueberries and he loved it. So, yeah, so that's so great because I think that sometimes we're so hungry and, I work in education, so I'm drinking this thing at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm not eating till 12
Right.
and I'm running around. So that's really good to know.
That
Really good to know.
that should last you. I mean, like, of course, if you don't have the blender and all the things that it's like, you can just put it in a shaker and add milk or water, and that's fine, but I feel like if you are somewhere where you can put all the things in, it's just gonna take you a little further.
No, of course. So let me ask you this. What would you recommend for beginners? So say for instance, somebody was like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've not even entered this world. What would you think would be the best things that you would add for a person that's just truly like unaware?
So I would ask, what is like the biggest thing that's bothering you in your health? Is it your sleep? Is it your weight? Is it your energy? Is it brain fog? What stage of life are you in? Who is this for? Are we focused on you or are we focused on, the people in your house? And then I would sort of kind of understand where they want their wellness journey to go. And then I would introduce some products that we have because, what works for me might not work for the
For
other person.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that you're so great at. You build also that product cart for me where I was just like, oh my gosh, there were so many things because and so those were, for Sebastian and myself. So I really love that you are able to do that even as a person that gets involved with her clients. You're able to have those conversations and that's very unique because I've never had that kind of personal interaction with people. Um, so let me ask you this. Let's go a little deeper into the Shackley specific brand. What do you want new listeners to know about integrating Shackley into their everyday life?
I think the most important thing about this specific brand is the credibility behind it because I feel like I mean, on every Instagram feed, it is just we are getting fed all these different products. This probiotic, try this, try that, and then, like, we can have a whole different podcast about the whole Ozempic, GLP, that whole thing. It's like, what drew me here was just how it has truly stood the test of time and how much personal funding or how much funding has gone into all the rigorous testing, getting the EWG certification, going beyond organic. And for me, like if a new brand pops up, there's just no way that all of that money was dedicated to testing the products. It probably, the product development and the marketing and all of that. Whereas this company's been around for so long, like so established that for me, that just made me feel really safe because there are, it's called the lifetime study where they studied people that have been on Shackley supplements for 30 years and what that looks like. That means something to me. If I'm gonna give this to my family and put it in my body, then I wanna know where this is coming
Yeah,
from.
and I think those longitudinal studies are the ones that really have the most impact and the most validity. Because sometimes, brands will just share stats, but it's like the efficacy of it and where it comes from and what this research is saying. But, what you're saying is that there has been such a long-standing history with the development of products and what they do. And the numbers are there. The numbers don't lie. And they share all of that. I mean, when I got all of the products, it came with this really great book and I'm reading through all of it. And not only are they just saying, hey, look, this is a great thing, but there are science behind it. They do a really nice job with really demonstrating why their products are to the standards that they are. So I think that that is just in itself unique. So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you continue to kind of do all these things in your community and what are some of the things that are coming up for you as far as community connections, like what's going on next?
Oh my gosh. I mean, the calendar is jam-packed. It's a lot. Tomorrow night we have a yoga event. We do them all the time, just like little pop-ups. But I'm very excited about the event that you and I are doing
Yes,
together.
yes, we're having, yep.
And we could talk about that. I'm also very excited. I have like a couple collabs that are going to be like these rooftop workouts in Soho in the city. We are doing the American Cancer Society. We're doing like their big walk in Central Park. So we're affiliated with that. We're partnering with the Highgate Hotel under their tent, so we're gonna bring, like, all of our electrolytes and, kinda replenish everybody that's gonna be, part of that walk, so that's exciting. I recently did a wellness workshop for kids with one of my friends, who is a functional nurse, and she started doing these camps in Connecticut where she was teaching kids, like, why they should care about what they put in their bodies and like how gut health is connected to everything and how you make healthy snack choices after school. And we did this kids wellness workshop a couple of weeks ago and it got such great response that we're going to do it again in October, and maybe gear it a little bit more teens and how you tie in like the hormones to the nutrition and all of that. So that's exciting. And like the list goes on and on and on. But you want to talk about our event?
So totally. So I mean, first of all, I'm so excited about this. It's September 8th. And I'm going to be on a panel. We are actually partnering with another organization in Bergen County, Body Positive Works. Melanie Strowell is an amazing therapist. She believes in all the things that Shackley and your community of women believe in. She's also a yoga instructor. She specializes in trauma. We're gonna be holding it there, but the panel is really about women pivoting in their 40s, but also sharing a little bit about my story. And for the listeners that continue to listen, they know about my story. But really, it's not just about the story. Yes, the story is what creates kind of where I am today, but it's really about getting women to really understand, or people to understand, that despite whatever circumstances that life brings you, connect with it. And you still have an absolute right to live the life you're meant to live. And I think that's really the takeaway of it. And so I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited about, the fact that Shackley is really a part of this, because not only is it about the being emotionally fit, Melissa, and we talk about this, it's about your body being fit. And we're not just talking about physically fit and the exercise related components to it. We're also talking about, what we're putting in our bodies, and how when we're going through things, we have to take care of our bodies even more. I remember, kind of when I was in thick of my own experience and my family tragedy, I had an amazing therapist. She actually lives in Texas now and she's retired. I kind of got her out of retirement and I was like, you have to see me. So we were talking like 3 times a week, and she would send me these little post it notes in the mail because she lived in Texas. And she would just mail me these random post it notes, and I still have them. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're getting rest. The basics. I mean, we forget sometimes that those things um, are just as important as all the other things. So I think the education that you bring into this group, and then sharing that I did all that. And I'm here and I'm still smiling and I'm still connecting and I'm still building. I think that's the thing of it all. So that's, I think, what the whole programs are about. I'm just really excited about it.
That and we've talked before, many times about this, and it's like when you find a person or a therapist or a facility or something that helps you,
Yes.
it would be a shame not to share it with other people that could use that help also.
Yes.
So I feel like pulling these like-minded people together in one space, and the space is incredible. When you took me to Body Positive Works, I was like, they have all of this available, all the different types of therapy and the Reiki and the yoga, and it's just this beautiful facility with these kind and lovely people. And I said, "How long has this place been here?" And Melanie says, "8 years." I said, "8 years? I live 15 minutes down the road. If I don't know about this, my friends don't know about this." And part of this, there's going to be an open house component to the event where we want people to know that there are resources available for whatever you need. Whether like you just need some nutritional products, I'm your girl. If you need, all of these other things, maybe this is a space, and I know that your story is just going to be so inspiring to people, and it's not easy to make major changes midlife.
It really isn't. And I think also one of the most powerful things that I've understood is that, you know, showing up authentically and not being afraid of, sharing your experiences with others, because, for a long time it was very hard for me to really share those experiences. And then once I decided to, it was wild. Like the things that I was met with love. People were saying, "Oh my God, I love you even more now," and it was really strange for me, surreal for me, but I understood that, even if I helped one person for a very different reason, to say you can do hard things, that's why I'm doing it. And I think that, not a lot of people can say they've had the experience that I've had. And that makes the pearls of wisdom so much more valuable to me to offer to my community.
I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just like so excited about all of this. I cannot wait for us to bring everybody together. It is September 8th. This is going to be published before September 8th. So I'm very excited about that. Um, but other than that, I mean, you have to come back on, and, we have to just keep supporting each other. And, I love the things that you and all the women that are doing in the Clean Life Collective. And I can't wait to keep just doing more work with you guys. So,
I
yeah.
Thank you, thank you. When you sent that email to our, like, basketball moms text group about your podcast, I was like, "I need to understand what you're doing. A, I wanna follow you. B, I wanna share you." And like, there's gotta be some parallels where we could work
Yeah.
together.
And
And
here we are, and here we are right now. So, Melissa, I'm so excited about the podcast episode that we are going to be sharing with the world and also with the event that's coming up September 8th. But I want to do something fun with you. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, rapid fire, and it's for you to just kind of tell me exactly what's popping into your mind. So, are we ready? Okay. The one clean life, the one clean living swap I can't live without is what?
Life Shake, our protein shake.
I love it. Okay. The biggest myth about clean products is what?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. The biggest myth is I don't really believe that everybody that endorses products really takes them. I really
Oh, I love that because they probably don't.
don't.
Okay. Um, my non-negotiable sustainability standard is what?
Exercise,
Yes. Okay. A label red flag I always look for is what?
like red dye
Okay.
and
Like a
seed
red
oils
flag.
and seed oils.
Like a red flag. Red dye is a red flag.
Red dye is a red flag.
Okay. And the last one. If a busy family wants to start today, my first three steps are
Identify what you need, what you want, sleep, stress, weight loss, and then, swap out a couple different things, and I'm happy to help.
okay. I love it. You were such a good sport with these. I didn't want them to be a little too flashy, but I'm so glad. Listen, I cannot wait, guys. Wait until you hear our episode. It is so great. All you women have to listen. Until then, have a great day, guys.